Coach, we have a damp and rainy afternoon in the tri-state area as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set 90, Wolf.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
25, check 25, check 25.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Flanagan able to find Willis. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Operating from the gun, Flanagan. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick is Kalen Ballage. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. That's what they're doing early in this game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Now back to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start. Yeah,
I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ready.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
2nd and 5. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Check 53. Right now.
Get it.
They run it with Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the run.
Now.
Back to throw. Flanagan. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. He'll give it here to his running back. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Take 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Looking to throw. Flanagan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
After the
50,
sack,
plant.
it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Slam, slam, slam. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Down.
Need something from
60
deep in the bag of
out.
tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Ready?
From the gun, Flanagan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sharp. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Come on, set.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they try the right side here. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Flanagan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Back to throw. Flanagan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
SOS.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they give this time to the tailback. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it? Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Shoot.
Boog. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
On the toss, here's Boog. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
53, check 53.
They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Ready?
Right there in the middle, 55. Come on. You better bring it.
Ready, ready?
On first down, Flanagan. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, alert 3, alert
61, matchbox lights.
2nd and 1. That's complete. It's Damian Willis. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Man, I got you.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
Ready, ready. 8, read. Look at me. Go, go. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, the offensive line has to to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
18 Gator. 55 Hey, Alpha.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
A big play there for the Dolphins. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Well, that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 3 yards out, and the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now
a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Flanagan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check three.
Topper! Buzz!
Mike, 55. Check.
Go!
Throwing again. Flanagan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, that puts them in that position.
They'll start with a give here to the line. Bulldozes past him. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Ridley. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
First down, Dolphins.
Let's go now. 8-3.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Let's go.
They'll run with Ridley. There he goes again. And all the way up to the 46. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to walk one deep left, and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
On first and 10, Flanagan. Throw left side complete. It's Sharp. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Looking to throw. Flanagan throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sharp. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Now they try the right side here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Flanagan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Last stop. Last stop.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. Flanagan. He found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They come out here in the I. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll carry him to the mid-tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, baby.
Open man is Kurt, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. 30, past the 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and take it to the for a Miami touchdown. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Give me that ball, defense.
Yep.
Give me that ball, defense.
58,
Now handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Get it.
From the gun, Flanagan. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Flanagan. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
10 logo.
51. You ain't doing nothing with that. You ain't doing
Ready? Snap.
They'll run here with Balazs. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
53 is the mark. Yeah. You don't want none. Check 9, check 9. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Get up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, Charlie.
52.
Now Balazs. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Balazs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Ready? 60 or. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the Jets' 42-yard line.
I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Back to the ground. It's Ridley again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready?
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Recon, 132 fighter. Please grip. Please grip.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
A loss of 5. It's 4th down.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Dolphins, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.